Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Versa from CZT Laura Harms. All right. The choice of this tangle, purely selfish. Actually, most of them are anyway. I've mentioned it many times, I think. Probably only yesterday. I always look for something that just jumps out at me. I have a number of places that I go, and I was just needing a tangle that was kind of a fill-in that, don't have to think. Now, I do like a grid pattern. I know there are some that don't. I'm sorry. But it's just nice. Because, and this one, I like this one. It makes me think, well, it's like a little not as complicated as, I think it was Fife. Yeah, I'm not remembering. There's some that are similar to this with seed shapes, and but anyway, I really like this one. It's very nice. I hope you will like it too. So I got the outer portion of my box, my grid. I'm going to do a 9 square. And no, they're not going to be even. Because that's how I roll. All right. I should do it just squiggly on purpose. All right. So this starts off with, after you get your grid set, a diagonal line. You pick whichever direction, and now this could turn into a fragment, and one box. And I'll show you because I did a separate tile, thinking about it as a fragment. And actually, Laura did that on her. Actually, and this came out way before they were talking about reticula and fragments and all of that stuff. But on hers. Her step out, you will see that as well. Okay, so once we have our diagonal line, then we're going to do a curved line on top and underneath it, making kind of like a seed shape, like so. And this can sort of make you think of bales, except bales is the grid, and then we do this same thing on all of the boxes. But like I said, sometimes it's just nice to have something like this that you can just don't really have to think about. And the old classics are great for that. And we should never lose track of them. Classics are classics for a reason, right? All right. Now, the next couple steps is what I really like about this one. All right, so we're going to do a diagonal line going the opposite direction, or in the opposite corners, and halabow underneath this. So if you don't know what halabow means, we're going to go under this by, if you just watch, I'm taking my pen, slowly pick it up when I hit the line, travel it over as if I'm drawing, as if I'm drawing, but I'm not, because I've lifted the pen up, right? Put it down right at that line and carry on. And if you do it that way versus I can do it this way and then this way, or I can do all of the one side, there's just something magic about having it be one thought. And sometimes that's not even, it helps. There's no guarantee in anything, just like there's no guarantees in life, right? And your results may vary. I should start that with this. Our results always vary, and that is the magic of Zentangle. And the nice thing, just focusing in on a box at a time, so that way you don't worry about, well, if I make a straight line all the way here. Nah, don't do that. Just from here to here, here to here, to there, that one diagonal, then, focus on the next box. that it makes the tangle forgiving when we do that. All right, next is similar to what we've already done here, and that is to make seed shapes. It helps if I don't drag the tile with the pen away from my fingers. All right, so on either side, like that. So just, I'm pretty sure there are two tangles that I'm thinking of. One that I think it's 5 because I'm picturing when I did it. Actually, it was at my CZT seminar, and I'm pretty sure it was 5. But we did it, and it was like bales with one going diagonal and then one going underneath it, and it was just like you really needed to make your grid big. And did I? No. And so I always see that one, and I think back, I'm like, oh, I don't know about that one. Just because it was so hard to fit in the diagonals along with the other sides. I should go back to it because it is interesting. You go back and revisit things, and you're in a different place. And then some tangles that were sort of on the nemesis list. I have one that I do need to go back to some point. Well, at least one. But it's neat to kind of conquer those. And there we go. And it's just, I don't know, it's just neat. And the process, the repetitiveness of it, you know, we're basically two shapes, straight line, C-shaped curve line. And that's it. And it's not so complicated that you have to be looking back at the step outs or anything like that. It's just really, really nice. All right, let us look at, I'm just going to do some normal shading. If you take a look again at Laura's sample, one of the things that she did, and I'll just mention, you can, you know, color in or shade in. We have now all this space. That you can, you know, do orbs, you could do little lines, you could do stripes, fill in, whatever it is that floats your boat, you can do. Stuff in the background. Actually, because you could, oh, that's so very tempting. I'm not going to do it here. It'll take forever. But could aura the grid lines. I like to do that in things. And it disguises the grid. And then, you know, it creates a nice background also. So that is something else you could do. Actually, if you did it both ways, you could do like a little, you know, a neat cheesecloth, if you will. Cheesecloth is just it's a tangle, and it's squiggly lines very close together, creating a grid. It's like if you were looking at a cheesecloth, you know, at the fibers in a microscope or something. All right, okay, I know I have missed some because I'm hopscotching around here. Oh, there's another. And I'm just shading the traditional way that I like to shade seeds. Say that 5 times fast. You know, and just bringing it out a little bit. This, as you can see, I just brought in, you know, just doing an orb. That I would do that like in bales. Although with bales, you know, well, no, some of it might go out into the other side. I'm not worried about it. It makes it look tufted. But you could also still put that orb and then just do like this, where you're just scooching it out into the seed shape and not just expanding that, you know, the ball of graphite that you might have put down. But either way, it all looks good. Let's see, where did I forget? Oh, here. I think I got them. We'll see as I compare. All right, so this is this is versa going one direction. This would be vice versa. I'm funny. I'm just kidding. I'm punny. Yeah, that's more what it is tonight. So here, what I did was, obviously I alternated it. So if you just look at this box, and that's your fragment, and then you can turn it whichever way, in the other boxes, and have fun. This, like I said, I started off with that diagonal line, and I just alternated it, and so every box it was going, the different direction. And so you could have any kind of combination that you wish, I suppose. I'm just trying to think. There's really only two. It's either, this way or this way. No, there's four, right? Yeah. So you could, like I said, you could find, you could do like this, and then you could do it this, what do I want to say? If you followed this path, so I went up, down, up, you could do the same thing in the next row, but is that kind of what I did? Alternate it by one? No. Yeah, it is. Never mind, I thought it was a good idea, but no, that is kind of how it is. I wasn't thinking in that realm. But anyway, there's just a lot of fun that you can have with it, and it's just super neat. Super neat. And it almost looks like two different tangles. Almost. Really cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click on the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Feel free to leave comments, share it, all of that kind of stuff. I appreciate any and all of those activities, as it does help with the whole algorithm stuff. I mentioned the description section where you'll find the links to the step outs. I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the Tangle. And then below that is my Linktree link. And there you will find all of my links. So if you'd like to follow my blog where I share something like this every day, this is the Daily Tangle. I also share recaps of the classes that I do. That's as far as I've gotten. So far, I unfortunately I don't announce classes on there. Someday I'll get to doing that, or other things. But for those kind of things, you can go to my Facebook page, or if you would like to hang out with a bunch of amazing tanglers, so fun. Just if there was something that goes beyond talent, because we have varying degrees of everything in our group, and everybody knows that, and knows that Zentangle is about one's journey, not about the results that one gets, because you don't know the other person's story and they don't have to share it, but we do like to celebrate wins, and so when we do stuff, that's what we do. So we'd love to have you join us. It's a nice, safe place, and lots of fun. So that link for the private Tangle Addicts community Facebook group is there. Know that there are 4 questions you have to answer in order to gain entry. What else is there? There's other places. I have a couple other sites that I post classes besides Facebook. I do have them on my website, but it's easier to follow me somewhere else because it'll convert the time to your time zone from my time zone, and then you don't have to think about it, and that's always a good thing when we don't have to think. And then too, if you register at one of those places, then it'll send you a reminder and all of that kind of thing. Let's see. Well, I think that's about it. It's self-explanatory. There's all kinds of stuff to explore. And so with that, thank you again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.